Coming up next, high school football on your sports leader in Lorain, WLCS TV 20.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's senior night festivities for Lorain High School. As we begin tonight's festivities, we will be introducing the seniors of Lorain High School and the athletics that they partake in. And first off, we're going to start with volleyball and Stacy Libas, who is being escorted by head coach Lynn Rossitano. Also representing the volleyball program, we have Sherry Rivera, who is being escorted by Father Tony Rivera, grandmother Irma Rivera, and sister Larissa Rivera. Next for the cheerleaders, we have Shayna Ross, who is being escorted by brother Justin Ross. Also a cheerleader for Lorain High, Janae Moore, who is being escorted by mother Donella Bailey, sisters Marcella and Alexis McClinton, and nephew Antonio Jr. Representing the Titans football team, we have Eddie Williamson, who is being escorted by mother Tammy Carkness, cousin L.T. Warner, trainer Waddell Simmons, brother Stefan Harkness, and brother Stuart Harkness. Next from the Titans football team, Perry Mincy, being escorted by Father Michael Mincy. Next we have Anthony Vasquez, being escorted by mother Teresa Vasquez, father Jose Vasquez, and brother Brandon. Next we have Alex Gonzalez, being escorted by mother Maria Gonzalez and father Sean Petty. Next we have Christopher Mayer, who is being escorted by mother Camilla Smith. Next from the Titans football team, Justin Simons, being escorted by mother Jennifer Simons. Next from the Titans football team, Tommy Collins Jr., being escorted by Aunt Sadra Curry and Uncle Jason Anderson. Next from the Titans football team, Tristan Barnes, being escorted by mother Holly Barnes and grandma Charlotte Heyer. Next up, senior Sterling Jeffries, being escorted by mother Renee Jeffries and father David Jeffries. Next up, we have Bakari Sims, being escorted by grandmother Gloria Buxton, Uncle Isaac Buxton, and Jay Kimbrough. Next from the Titans football team, Rashad Berry, being escorted by mother LaShandra, brother Deshante, grandmother Medrin, Coach Hall, and niece Camara. Next up from the Titans team, Kyle Greenfield, being escorted by mother Terry Greenfield and father Richard Greenfield. Next up, Nelson LeBoy, being escorted by mother Marta Rivera and niece Jamari Ruiz. Next up for the Titan seniors, Sherman Saunders, being escorted by mother Sheree Saunders. Next up, Aaron Neal, being escorted by mother Julie Neal. Next up, Robert Orsler, being escorted by Mother Nicole Hall and Antoinette Corson. Next up for the Titans, Roger Jones, being escorted by Mother Jackie Jones and Father Josh Grizzle. And finally, Malik Anderson, being escorted by Father Michael Anderson. And ladies and gentlemen, let's have a round of applause for the seniors of Lorain High School and the Lorain High School Titans.
Eddie, you dropped your hat.
I believe that home is where your pet is.
And that loving an animal means never giving up on them, never letting them go.
I believe that when you spay or neuter your pets, you help decrease the number of homeless animals.
Because every dog and cat deserves a place to call home.
I believe that I found my best friend at a shelter. And you can too.
We believe that together with Best Friends Animal Society,
We can bring about a time when there are no more homeless pets.
visit ambassadors.bestfriends.org.
Good evening and welcome to George Daniel Field. Jay Ferguson, Tom Bauer here for Week 8 football, Tom, LEL style. The Lorain Titans at 4-3 and the Euclid Panthers at 3-4.
You know, Lorain left the friendly confines of George Daniel, went on the road and didn't have real success, but I'm thinking they're back for some home cooking, and we're looking for a beautiful night. Good football game, I think.
Well, one thing for certain, I saw the flip of the coin. Lorain's going to receive. And we don't need a start like we had last week, because last week Maple Heights got the ball, opening kickoff, took about 8 or 9 plays down the field, scored. We got the next kickoff in 1 play and scored, and the defense was back on the field, and before we knew it, they had 4 touchdowns in 4 possessions. So we're looking for a little bit better start tonight.
Now, I listened to the interview with Dave McFarland and Tim Alcorn on the radio just come to the stadium, and Dave said he's going to have them ready. He emphasized we will be ready to the beginning of this game.
Yeah, something a little bit unusual is no school today, so we're playing. It's basically a Saturday game with the NEOEA day off.
Never liked those, but you got to do them when you have to.
It's the same for everybody.
Yeah.
So with the sounds of the Lorain High band in the background, looking for a good start tonight for the Titans is going to be crucial. But a big game, still playoff possibilities.
Now, I know the coaches probably don't want to use that P word around the kids. They want them playing one game at a time, but we can say it. I think this is like playoff experience here, because you lose, you're probably going to be out. You win, you got a chance for next week. So we got to win 3 in a row. Playoffs are probably a possibility.
And the last 2 weeks have been big games that they could have won had the football bounced a little bit differently. And you've got to get used to playing in big games, and so this is week 3, big game football for the Lorain High Titans. We'll be back with the opening kickoff and to see how things go tonight.
We are looking at a pretty lopsided matchup, Jim.
Ron, this newcomer has no idea what he's getting himself into.
Let's go to the action. Jim, the size difference alone is staggering.
Unbelievable, Ron, and this guy acts like he doesn't have a care in the world. What is he thinking?
Every day, people tempt fate and die trespassing on railroad tracks. See tracks, think train.
Back here for the opening kickoff, the Euclid Panthers will kick. Lorain will be at the north end, and deep for Lorain, number 10, Kevin Davis, and number 11, Perry Mincy. Jordan Hughes, number 86, teeing up the ball.
I'm waiting for one of those Mincy run up the middle kind of kickoffs that we've seen earlier in the year.
Yep. He was out last week, didn't play at all. Foot into ball, ball away. Going to go out of bounds at about the 15. That'll move things up to the 35 for the Titans, should they so elect, and it looks like they have elected.
I'm looking at the kicker.
I'm not sure.
And that's 66?
86.
Oh, it's 86?
Yep.
Jordan?
I'm not sure if that was a male or a female kicker, and I'm not trying to
I mean, you remember Euclid had a real good late.
That's what makes me think about that. Is
extra pointer. Remember they beat. She
yep.
beat,
she was the homecoming queen, as a matter of fact.
But she beat King and South Unit in consecutive games.
Williamson, the quarterback. He's got Chavis and Saunders on either side. Near side is Aaron Neal. Double wing to the far side. One of them is Barry. New look. And
oh my goodness!
Another new look. Snap goes over the head. Fall. Saunders tried to pick it up, then elected to fall on it, and that's something we have not seen all year.
Yeah.
Wow. So the fast start that we were hoping for ends up in a 23-yard loss on first down.
You know, I mentioned, and I was talking to Coach a couple games ago, and I congratulated him on the fact that they never had a bad snap.
That one's good, and that one's straight ahead, and that one's not going anywhere for Saunders, maybe out over the 15 to the 16, but it's going to be third and about 1.25 miles.
Yeah.
It's quickly again, the Titans. They've played the tempo game very well in recent weeks. It hasn't been the offense. Option play, pitch to Chavis. He cuts it up. He's got a hole. He's out across the 30. And a really nice gain, and still 4th and 12.
Yeah, he's made up almost a bad snap. You know, there's a new look for the Titans, double tight.
Yes. They're lined up as if they're going to go for it. Now the punt team comes out. Of course, Williamson does double duty there. Sam McGuigan, 21, the personal protector.
Nice seeing Eddie a lot of times run that rugby-style punt.
Mm-hmm. He had a great game last week. Kind of a little bit of everything. Played defense and returned some punts. Punt hits at the 42, takes a bad bounce, down to about the 45 by number 7, Sterling Jeffries. So great field position for Euclid on their first possession as the Panthers take over at their 45-yard line. Not much on the punt. 17-22 on the punt.
You know, it's high, no chance for any return.
Like so many other teams, Euclid comes out in the gun. Number 11, Noah Mitchell looks to be the quarterback. Motion from 22, Robert Hennings, gives straight ahead, but there's a whistle on the play, and that's going to be lots of motion, I think. Euclid started dancing before the music played.
Yeah. I don't know if it's just me watching games, but I've seen more penalties this year than I think I've seen in previous years. I think that's an emphasis they're making.
Chris Collins, number 4, is the tailback. He's behind. Straight back to pass now goes Mitchell. He looks long, far side. He's got a man, and when he gets done, they're going to be lining up for an extra point because that's 60 yards on the first offensive play of the game.
But I do see a yellow flag. We don't know what it's all about yet.
So this will be interesting. There was no Titan in the vicinity, just a blown coverage.
But I see the Titans are hanging around the 40-yard line, so I'm guessing it may be, and Euclid's hanging around too, so it's got to be against Euclid. And now I see somebody throw a second flag.
No, they just moved them to the penalty occurred on the 41.
I gotcha.
There's not a whole lot of hesitation on the guys on the sideline point and take it back.
Yeah.
Let's see. You can be behind by 6, or they can have second and.
Yeah.
Penalty is personal foul against Euclid. Wow. So instead of 60 yards and a touchdown, it's going to be no play. The gain of 5, actually, since it must have been a.
Well, how could that be? It was a pass.
Well, it was a spot of the foul. So 15 yards gives them back to the original line, the 45. Two-way out wide, a do-over for the Titans. Going to throw again, third man on this side, incomplete. Intended for Chris Collins, number 4. Mitchell, that's a tough pass to throw.
Yeah, it always has been, yeah. Now, if you catch it, you get your man out in space like you want him one-on-one with a cornerback, but it is a hard one.
And then so many times, the question is whether or not it's a lateral or not.
Well, you see when Rashad runs it, he bellies back a little bit.
Ooh, let's see, 2nd and 10. Mitchell, turn, gives straight ahead. That's 22 Hennings, the fullback. He got a couple. Tyler Cobbs, number 8, brings a play in for Euclid. Or maybe just checks in place of Hennings as an additional receiver, because it looks like they're signaling the plays in to Mitchell.
You got an empty backfield this time, I can see.
4 receivers to the far side. And they're going to roll that way, of course. Intercepted. Is that Perry Mincy?
There's a...
No. You know what? That's Naz Bohannon, the defensive end, back in coverage.
But I do see a yellow flag down there, and I don't know if he just picked it up and put it back in his pocket, though. There was a yellow flag.
Dead ball. Personal foul. Euclid. First down. So what it was after the interception, standing up, the Euclid player tried to steal the ball and, a little bit of extracurricular, so it's going to be the best of both worlds for the Titans. The interception takes away the great field position. The penalty gives them great field position. They'll take their second possession, 1st and 10 at the Euclid 39. That's McGuigan at the tight end on this side, I think. Neal out wide of him. Couple tights on the far side. And full backfield. Option look, pitch. Sherm Saunders straight ahead, 5, 6. If
4 of those yards are after everyone jumps on his back.
And if I was going to say if there's a growth in Sherman Saunders as a football player this year, is every tackle he's fallen forward.
Yeah, or dove forward. I watched a couple on TV.
Neal's far side is the only wide receiver. That's Sherman again, straight ahead. Down near the 30. It's going to be 3rd and short. In order to play this pace, I'll tell you, your linemen really have to be on top of things and in shape. Same play. Nope, pitch out. Excuse me. They ran the option to the short side. I was watching him tackle Saunders. Chavis got the pitch, but no gain.
This might be close enough to measure.
No, it's going to be right on the line.
Okay.
Got about a half yard. Let's see if Williamson goes under center and tries to get it that way.
And he did.
Now there's going to be a whistle. Now they're going to call Lorain for motion.
I think you still have to, when you go up underneath center, you still
I don't
have
think
to be
Eddie
set.
was set.
You have to be set at least a second. And he just kind of walks up there and keeps his momentum going. And that's what they want to stop. Yeah.
Now that's a signal I am not familiar with. And they penalized him from the end of the run, too. That signal across the chest, the folded arm.
I don't know.
Nice. But it's against the Titans. We're going to guess that it was on the QB. They marked the penalty from the wrong spot, so the Titans got a bit of a break.
Uh-oh.
And that's not a good snap either. Williamson going to throw it. He's got a man. Sam McGuigan, 20, 15, 10, down near the 5. Eddie Williamson pulls a rabbit out of a hat, and there's a flag. Well, it's not downfield.
It's obviously an unsportsmanlike. We don't know who it's on, but this game everyone's getting a little too chipper.
Oh, okay. I didn't see the flag. It's back behind the line, and they're sending 75 off.
I didn't see the ejection single. I think he's just going off to get a little chewing out when he gets to the sideline.
Well, let's see what the signal is, but personal foul, Lorain. Personal foul, Euclid. Offset.
But they're both dead
ball, so the play stands. Eddie Williamson to Sam McGuigan, and there is nobody in the photo of Sam McGuigan when Eddie just kept his head about him when all was going wrong and turned upfield, knew it was 4th down. So the gain is to the 7. Instead of disaster, now there's a whistle. And I think the Euclid coach is wanting to know why those penalties were not still 4th down with the offsetting fouls. I think that's what they're talking over, is the Euclid head coach, John Gibbons, out on the field. And quite honestly, I don't either.
Unless, like I said, where they did, but the flag came in way late.
Okay.
Yeah, we were talking about, it was way after the play, yeah.
But as you said, this game has gotten, this is the 3rd and 4th personal fouls in the first 4 minutes. Now they're going to go over for an explanation. Now they're picking the ball up. This is not good news. So now we hope that the stats guys have used pencil.
I can tell it was way after the play because I watched the play. I followed the ball, watched Sam getting tackled on the 5-yard line. No. Then I turned around. Oh, that's another personal foul.
No, these are the same signals. They're offset. 4th down. Now it's 4th and 7. That's not right either.
We started this play, I think it was 4th.
We were on the 33. Now we're on the 37. So the spot of the ball or the spot of the sticks is wrong. And it's the sticks. The sticks are misplaced by 5 yards. Now they're going to stop, and I think Coach McFarland picked that up because we took the ball over on the 44-yard. Yeah. Right? Or did we take it over on? I'd have to look. Raymond, where'd we have it? The 39?
39 was the starting.
Okay, well then it's the box that's off. It was 4th and
39, but there was some.
We ran the quarterback sneak down to the 28, and it was 4th and 3, and then they penalized us, and it was 4th and 3.
Right.
So they're off by 5.
All this confusion. We haven't mentioned anything about the second bad snap.
Yeah,
we have to correct that.
That's the big thing. So Williamson's heroics go for naught, and it's 4th and 8. That one was high. Eddie's going to take it student body left, trying to get outside, not going to get there. And the Titans turn it over on downs, in which was as confusing a sequence of high school football as I've ever seen.
Yeah. Well, maybe I'm a little lax on the knowledge of what happens on a dead ball foul.
Well, I think we had everything right except that the box was in the wrong spot.
Misspotted. It should have been down because it's 4th and 4.
Yep. Steve Dury telling us we're not nuts. So, second possession for Euclid. Mitchell calls out the signals. He's going to throw the swing pass out. The Titans had some problems with this last week, and it continues. Out of bounds after a gain of about 6 or 7 is number 5, Keon Williams. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be marked closer to the 42, and we'll give him a gain of 5. Split the difference, 2nd and 5.
Don't give him that.
On the near hash, 7:45 to go. Let's hope we settle into a nice, calm football game. Noah Mitchell, quarterback. Motion again. Going to run away from motion. That's the other thing the Titans had some difficulties with in the first half last week, was the counter look. And Chris Collins handled there after a gain of about a yard by the inside of the defense.
You know, that wing tee that Maple ran gives everyone headaches, all that crossing and countering.
53, Andres Torres in the middle helped stuff that up. Now twins to each side, single man in the backfield with Mitchell. He hands to number 4, Collins. Collins tried to get outside and just not going to make it happen. The defensive ends do such a good job, and Rashad Berry's not going to get that tackle, but he sure broke up that play. And Euclid brings out the punt team. Deep for the Titans, number 11, Perry Mincy, and number 3, Aaron Neal. Punter number 2, Terry Duckworth. Punt away, short, end over end. Down the sidelines, takes a Euclid bounce down near the 20. Boy, that thing walked a tightrope.
Yeah, it was just as high as Eddie's first punt, but he was lucky enough to get the 15-yard roll on it.
If that takes a bounce sideways, they're going to be on the 35. Instead, it's on the 21. So the third possession from the Titans. And all of our adventures have been when Lorain's had the ball, Tom.
Yeah. Well,
we've had the high snap. We had the high snap that wasn't. We've had
the high snap. He dribbled the ball 2 or 3 times before he turned around through the pass down
the miracle
to Sam.
That didn't count. So Williamson calls him out. He calls the plays at the line. Good snap there. Handoff is to Saunders. Saunders carrying people for, wow, what a run. 11 yards after contact.
Wow.
If we can get another look at this, this is, the line for this ride is 2 hours at Cedar Point. Sherm Saunders. Contact right at the line, and number 24 as back to live action now, another good run. Chavez with that carry. Chavez gets it out to the 39, so a gain of 7. Back-to-back good plays for the Titans. Coming this way, Williamson on a roll, looking for Neal, now having some trouble, and he's going to go down.
I didn't see anybody open.
No, they were. That was a one-man route to Neal, and Williamson got tossed rather rudely to the ground, and they spotted it not where the contact began, but where Eddie landed, so they move it up to the 31. But the loss is going to take it back and make it 3rd and about 11. Another high snap. Nice play by Williamson, but he's under pressure again. He fakes it. 40, 45, first down, 50. Williamson puts a move on 40, down the sidelines, 30, 25, and caught from behind. But another spectacular effort from the little fella. From the 22 to the 22.
Yeah.
56 yards for Eddie Williamson.
56
No, it's from the 32, excuse me. So it'll be not 56 yards, but 46 yards. The ball fake helped. He split the defenders. Nice move here. Look at the patience. I'll stop and I'll go this way for a while. And then I won't let him hear the end of the fact that he got caught from behind, but nice run.
He was trapped, actually, but what a stop call. That was
Aaron Neal reacting to, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Is that 3 or 31? That's not Aaron.
That's Sam?
That's Sam.
Yeah,
Boy, that number's just a blob.
He was saying that the Euclid defense end jumped.
He did, and he's allowed.
But I think he didn't jump into the neutral zone.
Sam's not usually lined up on offense. Now we've got out here, Brown is split 10 to the near side, double splits to the left. That's Barry and Neal.
This is a formation that...
Another high snap. Saunders with the handoff inside the 20 to about the 18. Got the penalty yardage back and 3 more. So back on schedule for the Titans. 4.5 to go first quarter. Titans look to get a little tempo now. Between the whistles and the long plays and the penalties, just hasn't been that kind of a flow to the game. Eddie calls it out.
Here comes the counter.
Steps up. He's going to follow both of them. Williamson inside the 15, inside the 10. When they untangle, it's going to be 1st and goal, Titans. And I don't know if you noticed that just before the snap when Williamson called the play. We'll see. Chavis had taken a step ahead up so he could get ahead of him and double lead into the hole.
Well, that's the audible that said he's calling on his own on his own recognition.
So 1st and goal from the 9. Williamson, student body right, inside the 10, inside down near the 5, stayed in bounds, but right about the 5. This is what Lorain needs right here. Get it in the end zone. 2nd and goal. Straight ahead, Sherman Saunders bounces off one down near the goal line before he's pushed back at about the 2, it looks like. That was the companion play to what they ran on the extra point last week, Tom. They ran it to the other side.
But I mean, after the umpire is the first time they seen it, he didn't make it in. But it sure looked questionable there.
So it's 3rd and goal. You got to believe 4 down territory. Williams with a cadre to the house.
Yeah. I don't know what a cadre is, but it was sure a nice escort into the end zone.
Number 1 goes 2 yards for a touchdown. And the Titans get on the board, and maybe the earth is spinning the right way again. Now let's see, they're going to run the 2-point type conversion. 3 to the near side. It's Saunders, Berry, and Brown. Dejon Brown. Williamson alone in the backfield with Chavis. Neal split outside, one-on-one on the left. The slant's there if they want it. Now there's a whistle. Timeout, Lorain.
You know, I got unofficially here that Williamson has ran 7 times for 75 yards in his TD. And one of those was he got sacked, and he has to take the loss on that sack.
Well, he took the loss on the
big play,
on the snap over his head. So timeout on the field, and I think the Titans. I think Eddie saw something he didn't like in the call, or maybe he noticed that it wasn't to Aaron Neal, and Aaron was out there all alone. But you know, this coaching staff puts so much faith in Eddie, and I've sat down with him, you know, at lunch and watched film, and he knows what he's talking about. At least he sounds like he does, because I don't know what I'm talking about.
He's been in that same position since 7th grade.
Yeah.
I remember playing against him when we were at Whittier. He was that same type, take the ball back. He was the same type of runner in 7th grade. Now he's just a senior and more experienced.
Okay, so now they bring Saunders into the backfield. Still one-on-one on the left side for Aaron Neal. Good snap, going to go that way in the option. Eddie cuts it up, and he's in.
I think he made it.
So repeating. And the Titans break on top, finally, 8-0.
But that's the type of drive Lorain needs.
Oh, my goodness.
8 runs for 79 yards and use about 3 minutes off the clock.
Yeah.
That's Lorain football right there.
Yeah, they didn't get the ball in the air because they didn't need to. I mean, if you go back to the play that wasn't, they were going to throw.
Yeah.
But by the time Eddie chased it, and ran it and all that, and then the penalties, and how long did that last? So we've got 2:54 to go in the first quarter. 8-0 Titans. And Sherman Saunders will put instep into ball.
We've mentioned this every game. Where's it going to go?
You think he knows?
I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt that he places it right where he wants it every time.
That's okay. Foot into ball, high one, straight down the middle to about the 20 on the run, taken there by number 5, Keon Williams.
And he went down.
And he made it to about the 30, and then he went down like boom. And that looks like it was number 41, Quentin Pardon.
Nice tackle right there. Stopped him dead in his tracks.
Well, you always cringe when a deep guy can get it with a head start, and that's just what happened there. So 2:50 to go, first quarter. Lorain 8, Euclid nothing. Two receivers far side, split about 10 and 15. One to the near side, man in the backfield. Turn fake. Mitchell wants to throw. He does throw. He's got a man on the deep slant, complete. Tackle on the play by Perry Mincy.
I'm sure.
12, Aaron Berry, the completion, and it's a good gain across the 50 to the 46. This is almost lonesome end, like the receivers don't line up.
They don't huddle with the team.
High snap, corralled, straight ahead, not much there.
Whoa.
And then a big hit cleaning it up. Who was that came in late and angry? Sterling Jeffries. He arrived late and with a bad attitude. Just what you want your linebackers.
Yeah.
You like them on time, but they teed him up.
That's usually the way that Sam comes in from his safety spot.
In ill humor. 2 to this side, 1 to the far side. Wing back behind the tackle. All kinds of motion. Everybody was moving.
I think
everybody but
back.
the center. Well, Lorain, if Lorain stepped in, it's a penalty.
But I don't think they were in the...
they were not.
Yeah.
Because it's going to come back 5 against the Panthers, so 2nd and 10 is going to become 2nd and 15, and we'll go back across the 50. This might be the best passing quarterback the Titans have seen since Midview.
Yeah.
Mitchell once again, same formation. 1 receiver 20 yards to the right. Now both backs are up in front of the quarterback. Mitchell going to throw the deep out, knocked down. Orsler almost had it. They're running the quick drops, and that's one of the ways that you combat that is get your hands up in the air.
Right in the throwing zones is where you got to stay, which he did.
Because that receiver out there had enough of a cushion, as I think they ran the old crossing route. 3rd and 15. Mitchell, 3-step drop. There it is again. They're going to go back to it. And the inside receiver going long, not there. Orsler running with Tyler Cobbs, the wide receiver that time. The Titan defense holds right at midfield, and Euclid will come out for the 2nd time in punt formation. Aaron Neal, Perry Mincy deep. Kevin Davis out here on the gunner. Euclid uses 1.
And then
punt safe, it looks like.
Like a Purdue, we used to call that with the 3-man wall.
Right. That kick is spinning to the far side, going to be allowed to hit and bounce. And another good Euclid hop down inside the 20 to about the 17. So that Euclid drive started off very promising with that pass, so the post, and then the Titans figured things out, and from then on it was a loss of 2.
See, Lorain's bouncing back and forth between a 5-man line and a 3-man line based on down in distance.
Well, they've got the athletes to do that too.
Yeah, you see Rashad stands up sometimes and backs off like a linebacker.
Nas as well.
Yeah.
So it's Williamson again with Saunders and Chavis. 1 split, straight ahead give. That looks like it's Chavis, and he's out across. Wow, he finished with a flourish there.
When he put that hand down, that picked him up another 3 yards.
Out to the 30, and he'll move the sticks. Give him, make it to 29, give him 12. And that's the Titan offense that we like to watch when they're firing on all 4 cylinders. You don't know who's going to get you. McGuigan there at tight end. It's kind of an Iowa-style tight end with the stand-up look. Option near side. Saunders takes the flip early. 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, and run out of bounds.
That looked like a play that he would run last year or the year before. Running outside instead of inside.
Yep. Well, and Eddie made a good, quick decision, allowed Sherm to set up the block. They took the quarterback to defensive end. He made the pitch, and now he's got a chance to split. And he did. Aaron Neal gave him a nice block to allow him to split the defenders, and he first down yardage. They'll call it the 48. Straight ahead now, Saunders. Nope, it's Williamson and it's Chavis, and it's how do you do. And all that happened there, Chavis took a hit because Aaron Neal couldn't believe that they were still alive. Aaron had blocked his man downfield.
Encroachment on Lorain, you think?
Sideline warning. I mean, we've been over here 2 or 3 times, so that's about time for that call. And as much as anything, it's to keep the officials from getting hurt because they're backpedaling.
Yes, yeah.
And as one of those guys that used to carry the chains, I can tell you that there's a lot of action coming your way every once in a while on the sidelines. 51 seconds to go, first quarter. Lorain has it, 2nd and 5 from the 47 of Euclid. Williams, another high one, pulls it down, follows the running backs into the line inside the 45. Give him the 44. Going to bring up 3rd and long 2.
You know, I just kind of watched that one. I think I seen maybe a cause for some of those high snaps.
Saunders inside the 40, first down, move the sticks. I didn't look into, because they do have weights. The number 75 that they sent off earlier is back out, and he's playing over the nose and one of the guards.
At 5'9", 350.
Yep.
Which means he plays low because he already starts out low.
Yeah, and there's a lot of him. Straight ahead, Sherman Saunders right at him. He takes the guard in the center, and the linebacker cleans up the mess. Number 53, Terrell Lee. But the gain is still 3. And as we say, this is the kind of offense you want to keep. And you know what? There's a lineman that just did a nice job on the big fella. I didn't see a number. But we've played one at the George. Lorain 8, Euclid nothing. Back with more after this timeout. Back here at the George Daniel. Second quarter set to begin. Lorain 8-0. They have it 2nd and about 7 on the Euclid 36-yard line. Tom, we've seen a lot of interesting stuff in the first 12 minutes.
This has been a good football quarter for us.
Williamson, there's that option pitch where they option the end, and that's Saunders, and that's a first down. And he gets a chance. Oh, it's going to be closer than. Let's see where they mark him out. Well, they're going to mark him out right at the 25, which is going to give him another first down run. He lowered the shoulders and finished that one, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
25, James Moss got a little taste. Double tight. First time this year we've seen that extensively. Williamson again cuts it up on the option inside the 15, down fighting for yards down near the 11.
You know, I don't know if this is going to be on replay, but we've been talking about 75, the nose man. The center had him blocked 10 yards downfield.
He's out now. He just got off the field. You
see him in a far corner.
Straight ahead, Saunders, first down more, inside the 10, going to spot him down about the 6. They threw him over the pile, so that yardage will count. And, you know, I would get back to that last play when Eddie Williamson fought for that extra yardage. It's a good thing they don't put the heights and weights in the roster because it'd be a lie for Eddie, because Eddie's all of about 5'8" and 175. But it's lots of heart and lots of brains, I'll tell you. And there's the pitch to Saunders. Saunders to the house. He can give his buddy an assist on that one because Eddie waited till the last minute and pitched it. Here it is again. It's the option. No, not to Chavez. The end is there to contain. And how many times is that end going to get caught looking in there before? So 14 looking for 16 now for the Titans. That was an 84-yard drive, Tom, and it was done all on the ground.
On the ground again.
McGuigan splits 30 to the far side. On this side, it's Neal, Berry, and Saunders. This is the formation they were going to go with the last time, and they called timeout. Now I'm not sure. We're waiting on the officials. Williamson going to run that again. He didn't pitch it. He's going to come back this way. He's going to get some help if he can get out. Oh, I was going to say it's not going to work out. But if he could have broke through that, I think he had some friends waiting for him. But it's not the customary way. But the Titans on top, 14-0, as we have 11:10 to play in the first half. And Tom, the frenetic craziness of the first 5-6 minutes of this football game seems to have passed, and it's the Titans that have settled in.
Yeah, 8 runs on the first drive for a touchdown. Now it's 9 runs on the second drive for a touchdown. They're just using their burn. And I see some umbrellas going up in the.
Yeah, that's what I see.
I've seen the biggest umbrella I've ever seen in my. That's a tent without the stakes.
That's a beach thing. Yeah. Working a little. You can see it. You can see it actually on the monitor better than you can now. You can see it if you look up toward the lights. But
yeah.
Well, so 14. You know, Tom, the other big thing to remember in this game is that Euclid's first possession, they had a 60-yard touchdown pass called back.
Yeah. But here's in-range statistics for. We went a minute over into the second quarter.
There's a good boot down inside the 10 at about the 4. This is Keon Williams. Keon's going to play meet the Titans, and
he got past the
yeah, he sure did. He got out over the 20.
Fancy little running. But look at the totals for Lorain versus the total yardage for Euclid in that first quarter and a minute.
Well, Euclid's got 36 total yards, and as we said, 60 yards called back. Yeah. And several others on penalties where they had no plays. But the Titans with, 230 yards?
228 unofficially,
okay. So they spot the ball at the 21. That's where Mitchell will put them down to scrimmage. Now the Titans going down lineman over. Now it looks like they've got 5 on the line. Mitchell, hand up early. He has a receiver hit. There's a flag. I think we're going to get a face mask at the end of the run. Complete to Desmond White. Kevin Davis. No, that's Mincy that was there along with Neal. Dead ball. Ineligible man downfield, which can only mean that the tight end was covered by the wide receiver.
Exactly what it was.
So ready, fire, aim once again for the Euclid Panthers. As the pistol goes off right in the foot. Ineligible downfield is the call.
That's a loss of down. Are they explaining this now to the sideline? So I see a Euclid coach out there looking for an explanation.
You know what? The receiver knew it right away.
I didn't know that.
He looked up and said,
"Oh, okay."
He gave it the old flinch and the foot stomp. Here he is again, White out one-on-one with Mincy. Twins to the far side. Mitchell's got a couple in the backfield, going to turn fake the tailback, going to run the bubble screen. That bubble is going to burst behind the line of scrimmage, it looks like. Aaron Berry gets to say hello to a lot of Titans.
I see 9 of them over there in that little scrum.
Yeah. Over here we had Berry and looked like Huff on the backside.
Waiting for the counter.
Yeah. No, let's see, that's Bohannon? Well, that's Mincy, who was over here. So Twins to the near side now. They flip the formation. He's still got 2 in the backfield. Straight back, Mitchell wants to throw. Looks far side now over the middle. Got a man. Busted up. In coverage there. Number 10, Kevin Davis, on number 12, Aaron Berry. And give Davis credit for the good timing and the good hands award. And punt formation once again for the Panthers. You know, if you're going to play the best throwing quarterback you've seen since week 1, it's a little rain doesn't hurt you.
Yeah.
Of course, it's not the greatest thing in the world for an option team either. But I know that the Titans do the old bucket drills and things like that where they put the balls in water for practice.
I haven't seen that in a long time.
Yep. Before the Bedford game, they did everything but get the garden hoses out. That one's going to be a rocket. Mincy's going to let it roll. Now he's going to pick it up at the 31. Gets a block from McGuigan. Gets outside, saving ground to the 42. You know what could have been a disaster for the Titans, Mincy avoided by picking that up and not only stopping its bouncing, but bringing it back 10, 11 yards.
Well, I think everyone kind of slowed down thinking he was just going to let it roll.
This was a beautiful kick. And it sure looked like they were just jogging back after it. And he decides to pick it up.
Now watch, he actually doesn't go down.
And that's what he says.
Yeah.
See, he broke that tackle. 42-yard line. Williamson has them down. Titans have scored the last 2 times they touched the ball. One wide receiver is Aaron Neal to the near side. Rashad Berry is the tight end to this side this time. McGuigan tight end to the far side. Straight ahead, Carlos Chavis, big hole. Makes a cut across the 50, down 40. Breaks a tackle. Chavis, 20, 15, 10. Caught from behind and...
No, 1 yard line.
He's going to hear it too. Carlos Chavis, you know what? Lots of yak on this one too, Tom, because he got hit in the hole. And that was Rashad Berry just give him a helmet slap.
I thought for sure he was stopped about the
here it is.
level. There's the first tackle he broke.
Yeah.
Here's the one right here.
There's a nice cut, and he sheds. That's the right word. And he got a little hitch in his get-along there, and he got caught from behind. 14-0 Titans, 1st and goal at the 1. Williamson going to let Chavis finish to the house.
It's always a smart call when you give the guy, they let him run the 1 yard after he just ran the 50.
You know, basketball, Tom, we used to say you got to let the big dog eat. And the big dog got it down there, so let him have one.
Exactly.
20. Titans again going for 2. That's 3 possessions in a row now, Tom. Williamson back tight to Eddie. Let's see if he keeps it. Williamson's got straight ahead. He's not, or is he?
I don't think so.
You know, you'd love to have a replay on that one because Eddie reached it across. You just couldn't see when. But no matter, the signal is no goods. But 3 scores in 3 possessions have the Titans up 20-0.
Yeah.
Here's the replay. Williamson, now he was down before he reached it out. So good call on the extra point. But
of course, we were talking about eating up the clock. That drive took a total of 28 seconds.
Well,
yeah.
How long was Chavis's run?
What was his long? Probably 57 yards.
57 and then 1.
Yeah.
So he did all of it there, just about. And the Titans, and they needed this kind of a start. You didn't know what was going to happen.
Yeah, actually, he's over 100 unofficially with a TD, and Sherm's over 100 with a TD.
And Williamson would be without that bad snap.
Yeah. He's sitting around 86.
Yeah. And he had a minus how many on the first carry?
20.
So Sherman Saunders, blocking back, will tee it up.
I think that might have been the last kickoff he had. Might have been the long one for the year.
Yes,
he got it down around a 5-yard line.
And that one's going to be a line drive job to about the 8. Straight ahead for Williams. Now he cuts it to the far side. Somebody had grabbed a hold from behind and made a nice play. Not the hardest hit in the world, but certainly an effective one.
Yeah.
You talk about doing everything in a series. That's Chavis that made the tackle.
I heard a compliment about him sitting at one of the 9th grade games. He said he runs angry. I guess that's a new terminology. We used to say he used to run hard, run tough.
2 receivers near side, but give straight ahead as the Euclid looks to establish some sort of offensive rhythm. And they're going to get about 5 on that play. Just a straight tailback dive. And good job by the interior of the Euclid line, gets them 5. 8:52 to go, second quarter. 20-0, Lorain on top. After 5 minutes of a circus, a football game broke out, Tom.
Yeah.
Turn, same play, far side. Going to have a first down. Naz Bohannon holding on for dear life, but spot the ball at the 45. And a first down.
You know, when someone mentions Euclid, the first thing you think of is great tailbacks coming out of Euclid and running the ball and establishing a run. And
Derek Fisher, All-American at Notre Dame, longtime Green Bay Packer. And before him, Robert Smith.
And before him, Pepe Pearson.
Yeah, Pepe Pearson.
Yeah, they've had a history of tailbacks, all playing big-time college and then also playing big-time pro, also Mr. Football. I mean, they were Mr. Tailback way back in the day.
And I haven't been to Euclid lately. Last time I was there, their grass field was
turfed over.
Well, it was in pretty bad shape, but they were going to turf it over, and it was a drive spearheaded by Robert Smith that had gotten one of the local companies involved, and they were redoing the football facilities. Little bit of a cramp there, it looks like, as Tracy Mingus helps Sam McGuigan off the field. 1st and 10, Euclid on back-to-back runs. And they've only run one play across the 50, and they lost yards and went right back. So, but again, they're looking to establish something. And this is kind of an interesting formation because the back in the backfield, the up man's almost like a lead fullback. And there it is again. And that's how they use him, and that's number 4, Collins. And he's going to be across the 50 to the 49, so give him 6.
Yeah, that back up there, in the old single wings days, that guy was kind of a pulling guard type player.
And he's too far forward to give him the ball. He's in front of now he's going to back up. He's still a step in front of the quarterback, it looks like. Twins to the near side. They're going to give it to again, Collins. And he's got another first down to about the 43. Ball is stripped. Aaron Neal was off to the races.
Yeah, something like that happened against Bedford where they claimed there was a fumble.
Yeah.
And the referee said there wasn't.
A little bit more sympathy for the play in Bedford than that one. The whistle blew there. The running back never did go down. His helmet came off, so he had to come out. Twins to the far side now. Euclid got a little something going on. 1st and 10. Lorain jumped, but not across. Give to Taji Holden, and he's going nowhere. May have lost a yard.
See, the whole right side of the defensive formation made a tackle on that. Probably led by Bohannon.
I'm going to look here and see if Collins comes back. He's not back yet. He went off holding his helmet on the last play. Now the split backs as they go to a different look here for Mitchell. Let's see if he throws out of this. Yep. Deep over the middle. Oh, hit him in the hands. Sam McGuigan's going to want that one back. Throw was too tall for the receiver. Sam was right there. You'll see that short drop, steps into the throw over the middle, too tall. And to be fair, I think Sam was loading up for a hit, not for a for a catch. He was in his backswing.
Sam was almost always loading up for a hit.
Now there's a whistle, and Euclid had about 50. I was going to say they had a gaggle of men in the huddle. No flag.
They called timeout before.
Yep, they called timeout instead. So, Tom, this is, when you look at the conference, Lorain has basically eliminated from conference contention as you've got 2 undefeated teams in Bedford and Maple Heights. Maple Heights picking up 2 wins last week while playing us they beat us and they picked up a win as Warren Harding forfeited to them using an ineligible player. So a loss came off of their record, and they are holding a perfect conference slate too. They play Bedford in the last week of the season. Unless something silly happens this week or next, that'll be for the whole thing. Yeah. But the Titans,
and hopefully they're going to jump in there and it'll be third best out of a very good conference.
A third best 7-3 might work for the playoffs with 16 teams making it in the Division I region. Mitchell under pressure. That's Rashad Berry. He's good.
He came off the corner like a bat. Wow.
Rashad, the sack is a loss of, call it 12.
12 at least.
And it puts it in punt. And there's the ambulance is behind the Euclid bench. And Euclid is in punt formation, but the Euclid bench is gathered around behind the bench. There you see the ambulance. Snap back, bounces, good play by the kicker, and he gets one away that spins, going to just wobble to the sideline and die like a wedge inside the 30 at about the 28. We have no idea
who that could be.
Who it could be. As I said, I was looking to see if number 4, Chris Collins, the tailback, came back after that. He had those 3 or 4 good hard runs, and in the last one he came out with his helmet in his hand.
I didn't see that part of it.
And he went off, and so I haven't seen him back yet. Williamson's got him 1st and 10 at the 28. Straight ahead give. Guess who? Sherman Sanders says blocking back. Yeah. He's out to the 45. 17 yards on that one. And it's 1st and 10 Titans. The sticks are 5 yards off, but there we go. Williamson, Chavis. Chavis hit at the line, spins ahead, got 3 out of nothing.
Yeah.
So, 2nd and 7. Titans working the tempo. Straight ahead give again. No, Williamson pulls it out, pitches to Saunders. Saunders cuts up behind a block from one of his receivers. Gets knocked. No, he didn't get knocked down. Put a hand to the ground to steady himself and gets pushed out to the track. But the gain is past the 45 in the 1st down marker. So move the sticks again for Lorain. Mark this one at the 42. I guess that's what, look at this finish here on this run. He's hit. He had the ball in the outside hand.
Puts the right one down.
Puts the right one down. Again, Sherman straight ahead. Just a couple, the big fella might have got him. The big fella's not standing up to the tempo. He's not in right now. Gain of 3, which looks like almost a loss, doesn't it, after the chunks they've been chewing up?
Well, you know, this tempo that the Lorain offense pulls off puts a lot of heat on the defense.
Yeah, trying to rotate some defensive linemen is Euclid, but Williamson straight ahead. Carlos Chavis hit at the line. Not much there, maybe a yard. Good job by the middle of the defense, and then Mario Hildreth, 3, the linebacker, cleaned it up. So 3rd and maybe they gave him
2 yards, maybe at least.
I think it's going to be 3rd and 6. We'll give him a yard.
You know, the play they haven't ran yet, they haven't ran the little counter that they run, a little crossing with those 2 backs. I'm waiting for it pretty soon.
Williamson going to fake that throw, wants to go long. He's got a man out there. Aaron Neal behind the pack, but just a little more air. I don't know if Aaron got a fingertip on it or not. He was double covered, but he was still behind the defense. And the Titans will bring out the punt team, it looks like. A little bit surprised here with the way they've been ripping off chunks. And, of course, you made the decision on 3rd down. If you didn't complete it, you were going to kick it. So don't want to second-guess yourself. Everybody tight for Lorain. New personal protector now. That's Chavis. Williamson calls for the snap. They run the fake. Well, it's Chavis, cuts it back. Chavis, Carlos Chavis to the house. Like I said, new personal protector.
You know, I was going to say watch for the fake punt, but I didn't want to jinx it right up here. Because everything was in line. They were on a 38-yard line. Lorain hardly ever punts, let alone from their own 38. They put in the running back in there.
And the only reason I recognize that it was a different is because Sam's got the pink on.
sock, yeah.
And now late coming out is Barry. He says, I'm not involved in these anyhow.
No, that's not Barry.
That's not Barry. That's number 5. That's Bakari Sims.
Yeah.
Or 8, rather. Now whistle timeout, Lorain. If there's been a problem in the last quarter, it's been extra points.
Yeah.
Chavis got to be up to 150 now.
Ray Braga is doing our stats. He got Chavis at 159 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
He pulls off some big chunks.
Yeah. And, Joe, during this timeout, do we have that score again? Here it comes. And you'll see that it's blocked well. I mean, the center steps up and has no one to block from ground level. Nice job on the camera down there, ladies. And not only did he go almost untouched, he got the high step the last 10, 15 yards. He wasn't getting caught from behind by a lineman that time.
Never again.
So it's Williamson and Chavis in the backfield. 3 receivers out to the right. Neal's out here all alone. Williamson straight ahead. Carlos to the house. (28) Titans. Nothing for the Panthers. And you know, Tom, not all touchdowns are created equal. And between the ambulance being parked behind their bench and a fake punt for a touchdown, the body language out there for the guys in white is not good right now.
No. No.
I'm not sure who it was, but it's not Chris Collins because he's down there by the yardsticks at about the 28 or 30 yard line standing. Number 4.
I don't see him, but
so Saunders will kick.
Yeah.
Second week in a row we've gone a chunk of the first half without Williamson completing a pass, isn't it?
Yeah. Hate to take that one he threw away
to McGuigan,
Sam,
yeah. He only completed 1 last week.
Yeah.
And it was just for the same reason. You keep running it while it's working. There's the squibber down inside the 20, picked up by one of the up man, Ramon Collins, brings it back to the middle, and the turf monster bites him at about the 28.
I think he's seen 3 blue shirts over there, all breaking down to make the tackle. I see here the helicopter.
Yeah, I'm hearing a helicopter myself.
We'll be on Channel 8 looking for a sky score.
So Euclid has it 1st and 10 at their 28-yard line. 4:12 to go first half. Mitchell with that's Collins back in the lineup with the ball. He's out to the 30 and he's still moving. This is like a rugby game, some of these plays. And give the
I see Borsler and who else am I looking at? Barry?
Barry.
Yeah. Or is that Nas?
No, Barry's 6,
Barry.
the only 2 not in the pile.
Yeah.
Well, there's some yards after contact for Collins, and he's coming back out. He was the back that had the big, 5-6 yard gains, and then had to come out with his helmet off, and he's like he's messing with something in his lower leg right now. They're going to measure for this first down.
Usually in a scrum that big and that long, the whistle was blown long ago. The helicopter's still over top of us, I think. Yeah. Usually they stay here till there's a touchdown.
I'd rather. They're going to mark it 2nd and short. I was just going to say I'd rather it be 1st and 10 from a Titan point of view.
Yeah.
Second and short gives you the whole playbook. course, the last time they tried to pass, Rashad Berry and Noah Mitchell made acquaintance with one another about 12 yards behind the line.
So far, I think actually Euclid's best success has been running the ball.
That little dive action with the short back, the lead. Kind of the offset eye belly play is basically.
He's a blocking back and can pull and trap.
So now we're set to go. It's second and very short. Except out of the shotgun where you got to go 5 to get to the line. Mitchell's got the snap, turns, gives straight ahead. No, he's going to keep it and throw. He pulls it out, hoists it downfield. Sam got that one.
Yeah.
It was on the track,
Yeah,
though.
I think he caught it one-handed out there over by the Euclid cheerleaders.
Pass intended for Terry Duckworth, number 2. Is that number 12? Excuse me, Aaron Berry. He's been their leading receiver. So it's third and short. That's just what I feared was it would give them a chance to take a shot. I think they got to try and get the first down here, and straight ahead they go and get it with Collins back in the lineup. Gets about 1.5 yards and a first down. Short of the 40, 3.5 to go, second quarter. It's Lorain 28, Euclid nothing.
Yeah.
The other thing that has really settled down in this game is the officials did a good job early getting the game under control.
Yeah. All that little unsportsmanlike after the play.
We had 4 personal fouls in the first 4 minutes. Haven't had anything since. Nice cut by Collins, makes another one. He's out across the 45. Going to have about 6 on first down. As we said, the last possession that he played, they had kind of established him a little bit.
Yeah.
And he went out and didn't play at all in the last possession. Now they take Keon Williams, the returner, and split him out with Barry far side. They've got a slot man on the near side. And backfield, Collins again, straight ahead. That is Sterling Jeffries holding him up till his buddies can get there.
Yeah.
That was Aaron Neal got there, along with Aaron Huff, for a piece, and it's 3rd and 1. And barring a loss, I would think that Euclid's 4 down territory at this point.
Especially since it's under 2.5 minutes.
Right. Turn, back went the wrong way. That pass is batted up in the air by Jeffries, and then having a shot at it was defensive tackle Kenneth Washington, but incomplete, and 4th and 1.
I think that's about his 9th attempt, 2 completions. So, their passing game isn't
had
much
one pulled back.
Yeah.
That was a big one. So 4th and 1, 2:14 to go. Adding to all of this is the 30-point running clock rule. Lorain's at 28. So Mitchell will be in the gun. I'm sure they're going to run it, and there it is. And he's going to have it. No, he just had to touch the line.
I see the official walking the line.
That official knows it's 1st and 10. He's just not sure which way. 1st and 10, Euclid across the 50 at the 49.5. Clock at 2:10 and stopped on the first down. Now it starts. Mitchell and Collins. Collins straight ahead, got 5 and hit from the side, which allowed him to drag Bohannon for a little bit. He's going to have about 7.5.
The clock's going to be Euclid's enemy.
Yeah, because
they're going to have to put the ball up in the air. Lorain's playing their safeties at 15 yards, so they're not going to get a deep one off.
There it is again, Collins. That's what they may be counting on, is him breaking one. And there's one of those rugby plays again at the end. Oh, geez. Let's see who all was there. We can get some numbers there. 78, Jack Bilson looked like he was there. Bohannon was in there. Somebody from the backfield with a single-digit number came up.
See, Anthony Vasquez is playing over the nose. That's where they ran the ball, so.
Is that 58 instead of 78? No.
I see it's 70
okay.
On the
Straight
nose,
ahead.
yeah.
Mitchell wants to throw. Steps up inside of Barry. Now Rashad's got him. That was his partner first. Sacked in the backfield. That's Washington, number 13. Got him low, and then Rashad got on the back, and it's going to be a loss. Back to the 42, 2nd and 15. May even be 16. 47 seconds left. Euclid's got a couple of timeouts, but shown no. There's a hold that's not called. Pass complete. Tackled down near the first down stake. That's Perry Mincy, or Kevin Davis rather, on the tackle. Oh my goodness, if we can see this again from the high shot. The defensive end on the far side got, it looked like a rodeo move.
I didn't see it.
Watch this. See it?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
1st and 10 Euclid, they're going to throw again. He lofts the fade, picked off. Our man Sam.
Yeah. I told you the safeties are playing 15 yards back. You're not going to get it past them.
So Sam I am right on the spot. Sam McGuigan with another interception.
Their only chance was to throw that little short slant and see if somebody could break one.
And he just read this right from the quarterback. Look at the break.
Yep.
He was more worried about keeping his feet in than anything else.
Tiptoeing down the line.
So 25.7. Lorain's got the ball on their 9-yard line.
What do? You kind of run up into the middle, or you actually...
You know what I think I do is I put the quarterback under center with the high snaps we've had. You don't want to give up a couple here. Now they're going to walk off some yardage.
Unsportsmanlike.
This might be 15 from the vulgarity patrol. Let's see what we get here. Makes it a little easier to snap it in the gun. No signal. So now they're going to go into victory formation and just take a knee.
Yeah, what you called.
So Williamson takes one for the team, puts the knee down, and will go into the half. What started out as a strange evening has turned into just what the doctor ordered for the Lorain Titans. They're on top of the Euclid Panthers, 28-0. We'll be back with the Lorain High Titan Marching Band and then more football right after these timeouts.
The following is a public service announcement test to determine if you need a fishing license and boat registration before you head out on the water. Let us begin. Are you your own boat? Is this your idea of fishing with friends? Do you want this in your favorite lake? It. Regardless how you answered, you need to be licensed and registered. Do your part at takemefishing.org.
sousaphone player Caleb Reynolds serenades us with the opening strains of My Chemical Romance's Welcome to the Black Parade.
Back here at Lorain, George Daniel Field, Sherman Saunders getting set to open the second half with a kick from the north end of the stadium. All Titans in the first half, 28-0. After a choppy first half of the quarter, Eddie Williamson scored on a 2-yard run for the only points of the first quarter, and they converted. And then 3 touchdowns in the second quarter. Saunders kicked down to the 6, touched, and then out of bounds.
I think it's about an 8-yard line.
I think it's
less.
the 6.
6-yard line.
Wow, what a mistake there.
Yeah.
I mean, you never want to let a free kick bounce around, but you never want to have it go out of bounds at the 6.
I think he was waiting for it to go out of bounds, and it just wasn't going on its own.
So huge break for the Titans, because if he hadn't been there, that ball would have gone out of bounds.
Yeah. That's what I think he panicked a little bit and just put his hand down and off it went.
I think both teams were ready to line up at the 35, and they had to run down there. And the Euclid coaching staff's just got to think, what else can go wrong?
Yeah, starting out this way, you know what can go wrong is snap over his head for a safety, and that puts it into a running clock.
Now that's a different quarterback. That's 2, Terry Duckworth, the quarterback now. He's going to turn and give. No, he's going to keep. Going to try and go around the end. Does get around the end. Outside, got a first down and more. Out across the 20. Nice run on first down. He bailed him out of a hole.
Yeah.
So Duckworth gets about 14 there. Give him 15 as they spotted at the 20. They spotted at the 22. Give him 16. 1st and 10, Euclid on the opening play of the second half. They were in a hole at the 6, and first play of the game for Terry Duckworth, who did punt a couple times in the first half, and he carries it for 16 yards. Nice ball fake. He puts it in and leaves it in that time. That's Collins, I believe. He's pushed back.
About the center of that Titan line.
Kenneth Washington in there. As you said, Tom, the Titans have done a good job mixing up the defensive fronts now. They've got 4 down with the stand-up end on the far side now.
And he's walking back a little bit.
3 receivers to this side. Now Bohannon jumps out in coverage on the 3rd man. Takes on the blocker.
It makes a tackle.
Going to be in on
there
get
anyway.
a piece,
Yeah.
Nice. Washington made a nice move from inside to outside. Normally lines up in front, inside of Nas, and what I would, he's listed as the defensive end.
Well, I think he was calling an audible, and I think Barry on the other side of the line was yelling out what it might have been.
Okay.
And that's why Nas scooched out a little bit.
3rd and short, 5. Duckworth wants to throw, does throw, batted up in the air by Orsler again.
How many times is that for him today?
He's got a couple.
Yeah. 2
or 3. And it's 4th down, and on comes the punt team. And now that Duckworth is playing quarterback, he's not going to be the punter. 32's coming out, Sean Hoffman. And we watched him attempting some placements at the half, and he's got quite a leg on him. He was kicking field goals from the 30, which is a 40-yard boot. Straight punt formation for Euclid. 3 personal protectors. Titans up tight, Neal, and that's going to be Mincy. He likes to field them on the hop, but not going to get to that one. And maybe just the error in alignment there, being up a little tight, is going to cost the Titans about 30 yards, as opposed to if they'd have caught the ball.
Because he was just about on the 45 or 46-yard line.
Yeah, that's 20 yards a hop anyhow. So the Titans will take over as the long roll on the punt puts them on the 22. So Euclid didn't get anything out of the first possession, but it could have been a disaster as they mishandled the kickoff. And then Lorain, not catching a punt, puts them back at the 22. Williamson, Chavis, to the near side is Saunders. Sherm Saunders, nope, that's Chavis. Nice juke and gets him out to about the 25. The thing I like about that is that, he was trying to give the old head and shoulders, but he kept his feet moving.
That's that running angry that everyone talks about.
2nd and 7 for Lorain. Straight ahead, Saunders tries to move the pile, only going to get 1 or 2. Going to give him 1.
I think Williamson is the smoothest quarterback I've seen in years.
Just such an understanding, and he's a good ball handler. I'm sure part of that's point guard.
Yeah. Used to being in control of the ball.
There's the handoff straight ahead. Nothing there this time for the Titans. And that's Chavis, and he got a couple, but it's going to bring up 4th down in about 3 or 4, and up 28. The Titans don't hesitate.
I'm still waiting for the little counter.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for that little counter coming.
Williamson in punt formation. Hey, look, Sam's back at personal protector.
I don't think they're going to fake it.
Tight splits again for the Titans on the line. Single safety for Euclid, number 12, Aaron Berry. Williamson catches a good snap. Kick is away, and it's a floater. Knuckleball going to land short of the 50 and bounce out of bounds on the Euclid 49-yard line. No return, but no hop either, as it just kind of died in the air. Didn't turn anyway. And not Eddie's best. And Euclid will take over in good field position on the exchange. First time on the 6, this time on the 49.
Well, you see what punting can do, though. They picked up probably 20 yards on the exchange.
And it was 20 yards of bounce that Lorain gave up. So, second possession of the half. And once again, it's Duckworth, Terry Duckworth, 5'10", junior quarterback for Euclid. There's the give. He pulled it out. He's going to keep it. Not only is he in the backfield, but number 1, Taji Holden, is the running back. So the starters, Noah Mitchell, number 11, for Chris Collins, played the entire first half. Collins missed about a series with an injury, but neither has stepped on the field at all in the second half.
Now, is this a youth movement, or are these
Well,
two,
the running back that's in is a senior. Mitchell, the quarterback that started, was a sophomore.
Duckworth
is a junior. He's going to roll this way. He's going to lose the football, isn't he? Oh, he did. If he held on to that, he made a nice play. Robert Orsler's been everywhere. Number 2, back to the 43, and he just not so much tackled him as kind of steamrolled him.
I think he just knocked what you'll see here. He just knocked his blocker back into him. Watch, boom. But that was Washington that did that.
That was Washington that pushed the blocker back. Orsler came from the far side. Give Kenneth Washington credit as well. So 3rd and 16. Split backs. 1-step drop, throw. Oh, Aaron Huff. Oh, Aaron Huff.
Yeah, they're all consoling him right now. He was thinking about what pose he was going to hit as he walked across the goal line.
He was going to be by himself.
Oh, Aaron. Here it is. You can't read it or play it any better. But I'm sure at some point during films tomorrow, somebody's going to yell, and that's why you play defense, Aaron. So punt formation for the Panthers. 32 Hoffman, the punter. Lorain a little bit more respect, and he kicks it straight up in the air. This one, somebody there had no idea where the ball was. And it rolls dead. That one's going to be about 18 yards on that kick, and Lorain's going to get it out at the 38.
That might be their best starting position for a long time.
Yeah,
because they're long drives. They were starting at the 21, the 16.
And the interception at the end of the half, they started at the 9.
Yeah.
So 7-11 to go in the third quarter. Lorain with the new look offense, double tight. Aaron Neal is the only wide receiver. Full backfield for Williamson. McGuigan was moving there on the end. And you know what? He just looks uncomfortable in that stance.
I would be uncomfortable, too, standing there like that.
I mean,
if you've never done it before, he's a safety.
Yeah, and you know, when Iowa runs when they don't put their tight end down, they have them stand with their hands on their hips.
Yeah.
At least gives them something to do where the hands aren't going to move. You know, hands on thighs, just something. He's got one back in front of the other, and he doesn't look comfortable or balanced, and I think that may be more of it. You see the different look. Rashad Berry at tight end on this side. He's been over with both of them in front. He's also more used to it. Williamson rolls. Williamson keeps. Williamson fakes a throw. Williamson goes out of bounds at the 32. Going to lose one. Let's see where they spot this at. Now we're going to give him no gain.
So they're running these patterns into Aaron, but he's the only receiver out there.
In fact, they're going to give him a yard. Yeah, they're running the plays that they've been running out of the split formation
without bringing that tight end.
Without the receiver. Now there's a whistle and there's a timeout, Lorain. Coach McFarland out to talk to the offense. 2nd and 14. Lorain misfired on their first possession of the half. And in a bit of a hole here at 2nd and long. They've broken off some big runs on 3rd down tonight. Some big runs that haven't even picked up first downs because of the hole they've been in, but they are in another one.
Again, I'm waiting for the little counter, and I'm waiting for a little pass to Rashad down there, probably with the hit him for about 30 yards against Maple.
Yeah. Boy, they had some drop balls against Maple that would have made a difference. One at the end of the half that would have been a touchdown.
If you're in a one-point game, a lot of plays would have made a difference. You don't dwell on them, though.
Nope. And you know what? You don't talk about things that might have been, as Coach McFarland has been great to do with not to do with these kids. Williamson fakes. Williamson looks at the team picture, brings it down, runs it, makes a move, cuts back inside. He's good out near the 50. He's got the first down across the 50 to the 49. He's got the guts of a burglar.
Yeah.
Because he's just stealing yards with some of these playground moves. You know, when he's making the ball fake halfway, 5 yards across the line and getting away with it and splitting defenders and stopping and starting. 1st and 10, Lorain.
I think they got Bacardi Sims in for Barry.
Okay, yeah. Williamson. Chavis. Chavis breaks a tackle. He's going to go. Carlos Chavis, number 3, to the house.
Wow.
Oh. Good run right there.
Here it is again.
And again, look at split them. 24 is just he's going to be seeing Carlos in his sleep. And again, he runs away from everybody. He's got to be up close to 200.
Unofficially 214, actually. How many yards was that last one?
48 yards, right there. And somebody
pushed their way in. Who was that that scored?
I think it. Chavis again. And there it is right there, and he just sheds. He's looking for his buddy, 24, and he found him at the goal line and carried him across again. Brandon Young, number 24, the linebacker for Euclid.
You wonder, Jay, do our viewers know that he's only a 10th grader?
I don't think so.
Yeah. We talk so much about all the seniors on this team, but there's a sophomore out there that,
runs the deal. And you know what? There's an arm length of good runners on that freshman squad, too.
And they're undefeated, if I'm not mistaken?
Yes, they are.
And I've watched them on the sideline, and coaches are getting them into that hurry-up tempo.
Yes.
Hurry-up tempo. Just keep it going. Just keep it going.
They're calling the plays at the line.
Exactly. Good training.
Saunders now will play the running clock now until Euclid scores. 36-0. The OHSAA folly in effect. As the intent is not to embarrass people, and I think what most people involved in athletics would tell you is the rule takes playing time away from those who might not otherwise have them.
Yeah, and not everyone can play on a JV team the next day.
Right. So, Sherman bounces it down the field, picked up at the 27, spins out of a tackle, and then runs into a couple more. 22, Robert Hennings, the fullback, had it. Bakari Sims there. 24, Kyle Greenfield there.
I've seen Chavis is walking off of her too. Yeah.
Hey, you're only a sophomore. You're young.
Yeah. You got to play in a specialty teams.
Want to play tomorrow in a JV game? Well, you know, working alongside Sherman Saunders can't be a bad thing either.
No. And everyone worrying about taking the heat off because Eddie Williams can hit that perimeter in a heartbeat too.
So Euclid comes out, 1st and 10. Clock running, 6:05 to go, third quarter. Give straight ahead, nothing there. Closed down from the outside, that looked like Bohannon, yep. Now, Collins is back in at tailback, but Duckworth is still the quarterback. 2nd and about 9. Give again to Collins. Nope. Yep, he's got it. He's going to break into the open, going to have a first down. Out to the 50 and maybe a little bit more. 3 Titans there, including Kenneth Washington, our friend McGuigan. 1st and 10, Euclid. Give again to Collins. Collins bounces into the hole, bounces off a Titan. Going to get about 3. Again, the middle of the line, and the Titans, I think, are content to let him play this game.
Yeah.
Aaron Huff was one of the guys on the spot. Washington again. Not sure who that is over there at defensive end now as some of the young guys get a chance.
I don't see anybody covering this inside slot over here.
Turn, give straight ahead. Collins again, he's going to be ridden down. I just heard Steve Cawthon say a gaggle of Titans, and that is a good description of what was there, including number 16, Russell Webster? No, number 10, Kevin Davis, excuse me. 3rd and 8. Duckworth, he and Collins, and then fight over it, and then Duckworth keeps it. He gets the corner. There's a flag behind the play.
Your hold probably had to be a hold.
I think that's the hold that they didn't call at the end of the first half.
Yeah. Calls back a pretty nice run for Duckworth, but I didn't think he was going to be carrying the ball the way they were fighting over it.
I didn't know what verb to use, but that's what it looked like they were doing.
But that's the difference I see when Eddie Williams is they're running the same play. They're running that read option, and Eddie is so smooth when he's running that.
So this is going to be a huge loss because it's going to come 4 yards behind the line of scrimmage and then be 10. So what would have been near a first down is going to bring it all the way back inside the 40 to the 38. And they have to go to the 39 for a first down. So that's 23 that they need now on 3rd down. Duckworth all alone in the double wing, looks to throw, stands, throws back. He's got a man. That's Holden. Holden's going to be ridden down out of bounds. He finished a run carrying a couple of Titans toward the sideline. They're out near the 50, but it's going to be 4th and 12. And the punt team once again comes on for Euclid. I don't think the Titans are buying this. Nobody deep for the Titans. I think they're expecting fake.
I bet you they punt.
Well, we haven't caught one anyhow.
Yeah.
Short, short snap. It was the fake, and they were prepared for it.
Yeah, like they knew. Just like everyone knew except for me.
Wow. So the Titans will take over on downs at the 45. How many plays did Euclid get off there?
How many plays were on that last drive? How many plays did Euclid have? About 7 plays.
So I'm just trying to keep track here with the running clock. The clock has been running since 6:33, so we had 7 plays in about 4 minutes. Titans with the ball now, 2:10 to go in the quarter. Williamson.
Looks like you got some different running backs in there.
No, that's Sherman Saunders. Sherman's trying to bounce it outside and going to be taken down right at about the 45, 46-yard line. The indication to keep the clock matters not about the sidelines. Look at this, the center's waiting for the ball. And they're set to go as soon as Eddie comes off. Naz Bohannon in at quarterback now for Williamson. Naz takes the snap, gives straight ahead. Low center of gravity there. Not sure who that is. Is that Sherman?
I don't.
No, that's number 4. That's Dontravis Hawthorne.
Hawthorne back.
He's a junior.
Yeah, Hawthorne, number 4.
He finished the run very well. 3rd and a long yard. He's going to get it and juggle it, and I think Euclid's going to come up with it.
First turnover.
First turnover for the Titans. And it comes with 1:02 to go in the 3rd quarter, and Lorain comfortably on top, 36-0. You know, Tom, 3 weeks in a row the Titans have scored 30 or more points, but this week I think they're going to come out on top.
You know, it's the goose egg on the other side is what's impressive.
2 weeks ago it was 55, and last week it was 35. So 90 points the previous 2 weeks. Now pitching a shutout. And the starters pitched a shutout anyhow. Duckworth on a keeper, pulled it out. He's going around out of bounds. With all that, the same color uniform over there. You can't tell where he's at. Looks like about the 48. .27 seconds to go. This may be the final play of the quarter. Duckworth audibles. Resets the fullback Hennings to his right. Gives it to Hennings straight ahead. He's going to have a first down. And they wave the arms to stop the clock at about the 41-yard line. But that's going to be the end of the first half, or third quarter, first half of the second half. And we got 12 plays off in that last 6.5 minutes, Tom.
Yeah.
So, end of 3. 36 Lorain, nothing for Euclid. Back with fourth quarter action after this timeout.
Cool party. What do you guys want to drink? Can I have a head-on collision with a concussion twist?
Make mine a fatal accident with no survivors.
And you?
A designated driver, please. You know, just a bottle of water.
Awesome.
You're a lifesaver.
Back here at George Daniel Field, Euclid in possession of the ball, 1st and 10. Lorain 41-yard line. Titans comfortably on top. And that time a ball handling mistake, and Duckworth fell to the turf at the 44 for a loss of about 3. And that moves it backwards. Euclid coming back to the line in a hurry. Again, running clock for the remainder, unless Euclid scores to bring it under 30. Duckworth going to run it himself, gets outside. This is, you can see the contrast in styles between these two quarterbacks. He gets about 8 yards off left end. Terry Duckworth is 5'10", 165 pounds, a junior and quick as you'd want. And Noah Mitchell is 6'3", 178, and a strong-armed sophomore. And at some point, they're going to have to make a decision. And there's a lot more things that Duckworth could do if he's not the quarterback than Mitchell.
I think he likes to keep the ball.
Yeah, he does like to run it. Down to the 25 on the keep. Again, first down, and they'll move the sticks. Clock under 10:45 as they do. Again, it's running. And the man in the white hat's going to make sure he's like he's got dinner reservations.
Or a pizza waiting.
.25-yard line, 1st and 10. Duckworth sails it out to the outside receiver. Waiting for him was number 11, Perry Mincy. Gain is going to be 5 down to the 20.
Actually, he had two receivers in the same spot. I think the inside man was the intended receiver, maybe even.
Kevin Davis, is that coming off? Turn, give. That's Collins. He's dragged down from the side. Let's see who got that one. 13, Kenneth Washington.
Nice shoestring tackle.
Yep. 3rd and a couple. 9:25 to go as the Panthers huddle. Again, they need a touchdown and a conversion to get the clock stopped. Duckworth turns, gives to Collins. Collins breaks a tackle, bounces it to the outside. Yeah, they've got it.
They got that hold. He almost undressed him.
I think if we see this again, we'll see just exactly what you're talking about, Tom, as Duckworth broke outside. I think it was the lead back. Grabbed on to keep his man inside. Talk things over.
I don't have any earphones.
Let's see what we got. We've got holding on Euclid from downfield. And then we've got dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct on Lorain. So we'll turn and go the other way, and it'll be a first down. So it's back 10 and forward 15. And maybe a little loss of poise there for some of the younger guys.
Yeah, well, can you hear me?
So it's going to be 1st and 10 at the 11 for Euclid. And they huddled at about the 30 and then ran forward. So the clock still runs, I would think, at 7:55. You know, sorting some of that out with a running clock takes a minute and a half off.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Because there's a lot of clean jerseys and pants out there for both teams. I think Lorain getting some of the big guys back in because they'd like to keep the shutout. Clock's still running. Under 7:30 as Euclid's going to snap the ball. Duckworth goes up to the line. Looks over, now backs it up with Collins to his rear. Ball snap, blitz coming up the middle. Duckworth gets inside of it. Knight makes a nice move. Nice tackle from inside out by McGuigan, but the gain's down near the 5.
You know, you talk about the running clock. I've seen a junior high game with a running clock where there was 3 penalties in a row.
Oh, my goodness.
I think they got 4 plays off in their quarter.
Yeah. 2nd and 5 from the 6. Duckworth, straight ahead Collins. Collins got nowhere to go, gets it down maybe to the 5. That looks like it might be Aaron Huff. Number 28.
They can still get a first down if they get down to the 2.
He's had a very nice year at linebacker, and he's a sophomore as well.
Also. Yeah. We haven't mentioned Worthy as a sophomore on the offensive line.
Yep. So Duckworth, 3rd and 4. He wants to keep it. He does keep it, and he's going to score. Made a nice move, optioned the end there. And the end got picked up by the blocker, and the shutout is gone with 6:06 to go in the 4th quarter. Euclid on the board. Now this point means a lot to a lot of people.
Yeah. Because if they get the points, it takes it back to 20.
There's a big difference anymore between 29 and 30, and right now it's 36-30. 36-30 is a running clock. 36-29 is let's play real football. And Coach McFarland called timeout to talk things over. Now, once again, we said during the half, we were watching both kickers, and this one looks to be 32, the Sean Hoffman, who's the long-legged one. Jordan Hughes, number 86, kicked off to open the game and is a sophomore.
That play had 12 plays on that drive for Euclid, and I think it's Duckworth who was the quarterback controlling the ball.
Yeah. We can't say the nifty ball handling, but very effective. So they will try the placement, but somebody has to hold it unless he's going to drop kick.
I think it's number 2.
Okay, Duckworth is going to come back and hold now. He looked funny standing back there by himself. 32, Sean Hoffman is the kicker. Snap bobbled, picked up by Duckworth. He's trying to get to the outside. Now he's trying to throw. Now he's rolling back. Big.
That's a clip.
Yeah, they've got that. Now he threw it. He threw it to the bench.
Oh, there's a tighten down.
Yeah.
He's not the one who got clipped. Oh, he's back up again. I'd like to see that.
I'll tell you what was the funniest thing on that play was when he rolled back to the left and looked down field, there was your buddy Anthony Pearsall, number 75, all alone at the 2-yard line. Now, the humorous part of that is Anthony Pearsall wears number 75, and he's 5'9" and 350 pounds. I'm sure that's when he decided he'd throw it the other way. Well, what that does,
No, it doesn't. It's 30 points, isn't it?
What it does is keeps the clock running. Now the question is, do you penalize? There's 2 flags on the play. Joe, do we have a replay of the conversion? Okay, there's a flag there. Declined. I'm thinking that the other one might have to be intentional grounding.
He threw it this way.
He threw it the wrong way.
Yeah. But they threw a flag for the clip.
Now are they going to give him a new try? Yeah. Oh, no.
No.
I was going to say he stopped 15 yards back from where the clip was. So now, yeah, they are. Block in the back on Euclid. So
now they'll penalize on them.
Now they'll penalize on the kickoff. That's 10. So they'll kick from the 30. 36-30. So thank goodness calm heads prevailed and the clock stopped or we'd be done.
You know, here's a difference from games in the past. Euclid has 8 penalties for 75 yards, whereas Lorain has 4 penalties for 40 yards. So remember the days when Lorain was getting penalized 10 and 12 times.
Did have one set of offsiding.
Yeah. Nice kick.
Kick into the ball, down to the 22. Mincy tiptoes around. That's not like him. Or is that Bakari Sims? No, it's Perry Mincy. He gets out across the 30. Naz Bohannon will come back, second series at quarterback. 5:46, and the clock is stopped while they spot the ball.
Here's the extra point.
We're close up here, but when he turns right there, that's, I think, when he decides, nah. Now what?
Oh, well.
Here, Coach, you score. Bohannon gives straight ahead. Is that Hawthorne? No, it's not. Because Hawthorne was the...
I don't know. Who is it?
Sims? Having a tough time seeing the far running back. It's Hawthorne on this side. Bohannon calls the play. Calls for the snap, gives to Hawthorne that time.
Now, is this his first game?
He was the other punt returner.
Okay.
And he got hurt and didn't play last week. That's Sherm Saunders, the other running back that carried the first play.
Okay.
I saw the single digit and didn't believe it. The whistle, flag. Lorain caught for dancing before the music starts. And I'll tell you, Tom, the game started badly for the center for Lorain High.
Yeah.
But compliments to him as he got his act together. And we didn't have any more problems. And I think that's 58, Matt Smith down there over the ball.
Oh, yeah.
This is Jonathan Perrigan, I think, the backup center. Good snap to Bohannon. He rolls near side. Intended for Jalen Sanford, knocked away from behind. Good defensive play there. And Lorain's at 4th and 8. Williamson will come back on, but just to punt. I don't think this will be a fake.
No, I'm sure.
Clock runs with 4:05 to go. Usually if you're healthy, you're just the punt team no matter what the score is, right? Here's Bohannon, the quarterback / punt team end. Under 3:45 as Williamson calls ready. Snap floats back. He gets his foot into it, and he gets off a boomer.
That's his best punt,
That's
maybe
his best
of the
punt,
year.
Yeah. It's going to bounce down inside the 15 and roll dead at the 14. Williamson give him 57 on that one. That makes up for that 25.
From a math man, that's an average of somewhere around in the 40s.
Timeout Lorain. And that's the only way the clock can stop here. And I think it's just to make sure they have 11.
Yeah. There's going to be a lot of substitutions. That's what you want to do.
Yep, I see 31, Malik Rembert coming in. Again, this is what the running clock takes away is we're down under 3:29, and we've probably played 10 snaps in this quarter with all the discussion. Could have been a lot less. Let's see. I see number 20, Aaron McDowell out there. 64, Justin Simons. Washington and Huff are still out there. 78, Jack Bilson. 26 is out there, Orlando Diggs. Aaron Neal still out, going to be the safety, I think. 45, Tommy Collins Jr. out there. And these kids deserve to play too. And this rule, I think, just it's frustrating.
Yeah.
Snap back, Duckworth going to keep it again. He likes the foot. I think they got a nice combination there. Maybe next year with him behind Mitchell.
Yeah, probably Mitchell it might be the throwing quarterback, and he's the runner. So,
well, you know, I could see him being the tailback next year.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Let Mitchell stay in there for his throwing ability and let him run the ball.
A couple of Titans sprint off as they try to get some more people involved. 2:54, the clock running, 2nd and 8. High snap controlled by Duckworth, handed off to number 1, Holden. Holden gets out near the 20.
Nice tackle, though.
I think that's number 28, Aaron Huff. So we're down 2.5, 3rd and 5, let's call it. Good snap that time. Keeps it, bounces it outside, gets caught, gets held up, and he doesn't have the power that Collins does to move that pile.
But he got the first down just on fancy dancing.
Yeah, that does not stop the clock, though, although something did.
First down on the play.
I'm not sure why the clock is stopped.
I think that's the fault of the clock keeper.
Okay.
I know.
2:05 to go as Duckworth calls it out. He's got backs to either side, Holden to his left. And this is 22 Hennings, the fullback. He's going to meet a lot of the Lorain High backups as he's pushed down around the 20. They're going to give him forward progress to the 22. And we're down to 1:40. Angel Casano, 52, is on the field for Lorain. 1:39 now. I'm not sure what happened there. They sent Aaron, let's see, Aaron Neal comes off in 66. I think that is David Larson, one of the freshmen. And here comes 67, Edgar Vasquez. They better have somebody back there counting. Now they start the clock again. Not sure why it stopped, but matters not. And if anything, it's an extra snap or two for the young guys.
Yeah.
Duckworth. Now he shifts into a
pistol of some sort.
Look. Turns and fakes to Hennings and passes it outside. His first completion. That's a big tight end right there, number 88, Alonzo Hudson. 6'2", 220, or 210, and a junior.
Tackled by Casano there.
Gain is to the 40 or to the 35, first down. Under a minute to play. The Lorain High band heating things up. Well, actually, that's the Euclid band heating things up. Holden busts it to the outside, gets a yard or so. Jack Bilson on a tackle.
And the clock has stopped again.
Right, they're stopping it for the first down. I'm not sure if they're... Now it's rolling.
Yeah, that may be the last play coming.
Maybe the officials are just trying to give him some plays. Because the black hats are stopping it and the white hats starting it. Under 20 seconds as this one is snapped. Going to be down to 15 as it's snapped. Duckworth going to throw one more time, batted up in the air, almost caught by Quentin Pardon, 41. And, you know, the Lorain High linebackers and defensive ends have done a great job getting in. That must have been a coaching point this week, and that'll do it here from the George.
Stay in the passing lanes, knock them down.
After a couple weeks on the road where fortunes weren't so kind, the Titans come home and enjoy some home cooking. Lorain 36, Euclid 6. And we'll stay here and wrap it up as the two teams shake hands at midfield. Well, Tom, you know, I don't know what to say about the way this game started. Euclid's first play Lorain's first play from scrimmage was a snap over Eddie Williamson's head that hadn't happened all year, and they lost 23 yards. And they still almost picked up the first down. Then they punted, and Euclid's first play went 60 yards for a touchdown, except there was holding. There was an illegal block downfield. So instead of 60 yards, they lost 1 yard, but they lost 6 points. And then we had a couple of extracurriculars, and it looked like we were going to be here all night with the penalty flags. But what the officials had done was get the game under control, and we had no problems after that. And once it settled down, the Titans took over. Eddie Williamson finished a long drive with a 2-yard run and then took the conversion in, and it was 8-0 Lorain at the end of one. The second quarter, the Titans owned. Less than a minute in, Sherman Saunders went 6 yards, and the run failed, but it was 14-0. 2 minutes later at 9:21, it was Carlos Chavis on a 1-yard run. He had just broken a 56-yard run and got caught and tackled at the 1, so they let him finish the drive, and it was 20-0. Then the backbreaker came with 4:18 left in the half. Titans in punt formation, and from 38 yards out, Carlos Chavis, the up back, took the snap, went straight up the middle, and never got touched until he got into the end zone. It was 28-0 at the half as Chavis had the conversion run as well. Second half, with 6.5 to go in the third quarter, it was Chavis one more time, this time 48 yards up the middle, and he had the conversion, and we were at 36-0. Euclid got on the board with a short run by the backup quarterback Duckworth with 6:06 to go in the third quarter, or in the fourth quarter, to make the game 36-6. And as we said at the time, that's important because that's the running clock score. And they went for the conversion, and they were going to kick, and it was as weird a play as you've ever seen. The quarterback mishandled the snap, picked it up, reversed field,
twice,
tried to roll out, then reversed back toward his bench, at which point he was back past the 30-yard line. There was a clip. I'm sure he saw that. He was chased back outside the 40, and he threw the ball into his bench.
Yeah.
And so it stayed 36-6. With this amusing a play as I've ever seen. And that's how it ended, as the Titans get back in the left-hand column with a win. 5-3 assures them of not losing season, and that keeps the playoff hopes alive. Next week we go to Cleveland Heights.
You know, Cleveland Heights was the pre-season pick in the LEL as champ. Now, they've fallen some hard times, and no one knew Bedford would be as good as they are. So it's going to be a good game. It will be a good game, but I'm expecting, the Titans to come out ahead of this.
And if they do, then it might come down to the last week in the Warren Harding game, whether or not Lorain can sneak in. And the thing that hurts Lorain going into that game is Warren forfeited 2 games last week.
Yeah.
And one of them was to Maple Heights, which would have been nice second-level points. And the other one was a non-conference game, and those always help with the second-level points.
Now, and we got to root for Elyria.
Elyria.
We got to root for Scott, Toledo Scott. Now, Rogers won't win another game. They're 0-7. But you got to root for those 2 teams to win. And, strange thing, Euclid doesn't have a last game of the season.
I did not know that.
They have an open date for game number 10, which they're supposed to be playing Warrensville Heights. Now, maybe they will pick up another opponent. But as of the computer, it says open. So that will hurt Lorain if you don't get a Euclid victory.
Okay, yeah, that will. So that's about it from the George tonight. Joe Bach, Terry Trout, and the members of the video club, Club TV 20. Again, it sounds like a place where you'd go after a game. For my partner, Tom Bauer, this is Jay Ferguson. Have a good night, everybody.
This has been a production of Lorain City Schools, TV 20 WLCS.
To purchase a high-quality copy of the program you just viewed, please call Lorain City Schools Television at 282-8400.